Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen, nothing like being out of shape, let me tell you that much. You swear you take away hockey from me for, a couple of days and suddenly I can't remember how to check a time correctly on TV? My goodness. The Oilers, the Flames tied one apiece here in the replay of January 11th game against the Flames on their home ice. Now you've already missed the Ryan Nugent-Hopkins goal to open the scoring for the Oilers. It's now tied 1-1 after the Flames got things underway, and then there's going to be this beautiful chance. They're going to call it down on an offside, and there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Glad to have you along. Glad to see you all in a live stream once again. It's been a couple days. It's been a couple scary past couple days, so I was thinking, you know what, let's just sit back, relax, and watch an old hockey game together, shall we? So that said, Nicholas, welcome in. Luke, welcome in. Lisa, welcome in. And Gobi Diz, welcome in as well. And Spotlight, is it just old games they're replaying? Absolutely. They're just replaying the old game from January 11th, 2020 against the Calgary Flames. I was at this game, so actually this is the first time I will be live streaming this game in a weird kind of paradox world. Yeah, you know what? I didn't stream this game, but I am streaming this game. Only a month and a bit late, if you can believe that. But here we go. The Flames on the attack here. Hannafin's going to shovel that puck in. I was on this side way up, way up, way up, way up, way up in the stands, in the press level at the Saddle Dome. I was 2 seats off of the roof. My goodness, it was quite crazy to be up there, and I mean, hooligans. That's all you can describe it. There was a young couple up there. It was probably very early 20s, if not still in their late teens couple, and the guy in the couple was just absolutely hammered. And the girl in the relationship, she was a couple beer deep too, and both of them, one was an Oilers fan, one was a Flames fan. You can kind of guess the terrible things that happened that night in front of me, but yeah, as this game gets underway, I'll just welcome everybody in. Sorry for being late to this. Yeah, James, you're going to have to scramble for a flight. Scary things going on in the world right now, and I wish you all the best getting back to Canada in time. Hopefully not be trapped down there in the United States. Go on season mode, yeah, well, they're doing that in the NBA, or the Phoenix Suns doing the NHL 20, or the NBA 2K season mode to get it going. And, yeah, that ticket in my wallet is haunting me. Go, no Canucks game tomorrow. No, Lisa, no Canucks game for the foreseeable future. That's kind of the crazy part, is the Oilers trying to get this puck under play. That's going to be Kailer Yamamoto. Remember, this is Kailer Yamamoto only, December 29th against the Rangers was his first game in the NHL this season. This is a whole 13 days removed from his 2019-2020 NHL season debut. So a fun one here is Caleb Jones, a little bit of an overpass there. And this is a tough one for the Oilers, because you're going to watch, if you're watching this on Sportsnet, it's on Sportsnet right now. If you end up watching this game, it's a whole bunch of mistakes the Oilers made that cost themselves a hockey game. And I mean, tough go, that's for sure. This is going to be Klefbom and Larson, so both Klefbom and Larson are in the lineup. That's nice to see. In fact, I should get in the lineup for who was suited up for this one, but we'll discuss that at the next commercial break. Josh Archibald, Riley Sheehan out there. Funny part is I can remember a lot of this game, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, then we'll get to the Matthew Tkachuk situation. That was a huge hit there by Dubé on Adam Larson just now, and I don't exactly remember that one, but we'll see how much. I remember a lot, but I don't remember anything. And Rose is laughing because she sees wow, Rose, how's it going this evening? Having a good night? Here we go, 5:35. Hits since 2017. Oh yeah. Alright, here we go. The Oilers going to get this one up the board, and look at this. This is the most beautiful play of the night. Connor McDavid. Woo! Bang! Let's go. That's how you get yourself a 2-1 lead. Ladies and gentlemen, I watched that one way up in the rafters, and now that one, even more beautiful on camera. My goodness, breakaway speed and gone. Connor McDavid shelves it on Cam Talbot. Look at that. It's a bad play by Milan Lucic and Dylan Dubé to try and force that puck in instead of forcing it deep. And then Connor McDavid gone away to the races. Whoop! Tuck it top shelf glove side on the forehand drag. And Connor McDavid gets this to a 2-1 game for the Edmonton Oilers. And that's about where the excitement in this one ends, I believe. As look at that, Cam Talbot sliding all the way across his crease and could not get it going. And no, Michael, this was not the goalie fight game. The goalie fight game was the February 1st. No, was it February 1st? Yes, it was February 1st against the Flames, in which the Oilers won 8-3, if I remember that one correct. So this is actually January 11th, and that is the game in which the Oilers saw Zach Kassian get suspended 2 games for roughing Matthew Tkachuk the Turtle. So that's the fun part. We're going to get to watch Mr. Turtle go to work here tonight. The Oilers getting underway early and often in this one. That's kind of what it was. But it is tough, right? As this does end up being a loss. And Lucic is... I hope Lucic retires after he's done playing with the Flames, because we do not need that on our team. There's a clear indication we were not going to win with that, and that is clear as day. Jason, welcome in. Michael, I've already answered your question. And Cole, am I planning on going to any playoff games if or when they can happen? Probably not, because I'd rather prefer to be live streaming here, enjoying hanging out with you guys, and of course, doing it for the views. End of the day, right? I got to grow my channel at some point, and I think playoffs is kind of the zone that I got to grow them in. So we'll see what I can do once it comes playoff time, if it comes playoff time, that said. And Euphoria, you're an Oilers fan, but 20 bucks says the Flames win this one. Wow. Knowing the result myself, being the simple fan that I am that was at this game January 11th, I would say I'm going to decline to take 20 bucks on the Oilers. I'll double down and put 20 bucks on the Flames as well. Somebody's going to have to put some money on the Oilers and see what happens here, because I'm telling you, the Flames, I think they got this one on the bag. I know they're down 2-1 right now in the first period, and the Oilers coming out a little bit lazy, but I feel like the Flames have this one in the bag, 100%. This is going to be fun. I feel like this is going to be really, really fun, guys. As we have a chance to have quite a bit of fun with this live stream, I must say. So, if you're just joining in, problem is we're rebroadcasting the January 11th game is what Sportsnet is doing, so I'm reacting to that. In fact, it's the first time I'm reacting to it because I was at the game. You're going to hear that a lot tonight, is I'm reacting to the game in real time on the broadcast instead of my initial reactions during the actual game. So we're on commercial. Somehow Sportsnet still thinks it's a great idea to throw just a bajillion commercials in here, so we'll throw ourselves a commercial and see what goes on here in this one, that is for sure. And yeah, oops. Oops. Alright, Joseph, what's going on? Gino, season is done. Well, we're not 100% sure. No indication, no clear-cut indication from the NHL as of yet if the season's done. Remember, they are asking for arena dates up to, well, end of July, I think, was the question. So, right now, just sit back, rewatch some of our worst work of the season. Like, the first 2 games of the season against the Flames, December 27th, and then January 11th, were just not good games for us. 100%, they were just terrible games. We're back underway. And the thing is, if I've got this one correct, the Oilers did have a decent first period, but things really fell apart in the rest of the game here. This is Leon Draisaitl, Kailer Yamamoto. This was one of their emergence games when they really came out and started looking like that line that could do a lot of damage. And you've got to believe, like right here, they're on the ice, the shot, getting the pucks on net. That's Adam Larson going in there, goofing that one. And still, again, Honey Badger, Kailer Yamamoto coming to play, getting the job done. Pucks getting directed at the net. And, well, shot save by Cam Talbot, and that is good. And Gino, way too early to worry about worrying about canceling the season at this point. I'd say it's March 14th. Hey, nobody knows what's going to happen, so I choose to hold out hope. That's all I'm going to say. At the end of the day, nobody knows what's going to happen next. Nobody knows what's going to happen an hour from now anymore. So I'm just choosing to hold out hope. And ladies and gentlemen, we get to watch a hockey game tonight, and I'm not complaining. This is a game I've never watched on TV before. This is the exciting part. We just saw the Zach Kassian run that Matthew Tkachuk took right there. That was number one, and when number two happens, my goodness, all the fireworks are going to pop off, and then we're going to have ourselves a hockey game. Now, the thing is that I think I missed is Zach Kassian somewhere in the late first, if I remember correct, tries to line up Tkachuk. If I remember correct. Again, memory shoddy at best, you guys know that. We'll find out. As the plan is, probably go straight to playoffs. Absolutely, that seems to be the more logical thing to do. Obviously, how you do that is going to be an interesting go, whether it be by points percentage, win percentage, whatever. The Oilers should be in the dance, almost undeniably. But we'll find out, because there would be a good way to screw the Oilers, right? Have a pandemic and then find some playoff format in which the Oilers don't make it, due to some crazy rule the NHL made up on the spot due to a pandemic. I'm just saying, seems like that kind of thing would happen this season, that's for sure. Here we go, Ethan Bear's going to move this one up. It's going to be down the ice, and there to Josh Archibald. And this was obviously right in the middle zone when we had Archibald, Sheehan, and Nygaard playing together. This was not one of their stronger games, but you look at this. This is the big hit here by Matthew Tkachuk, and he comes. That is head contact, but it's Zach Kassian hunched over, so what are you going to do, right? Zach Kassian doing a wraparound. Tkachuk's got him lined up for a hip to shoulder check, but misses it, and realistically, I don't think the first one had any malicious intent in terms of being a headshot or anything, but the second one, you're going to see it's definitely, you don't run a guy like that twice and figure out what's going to not happen kind of deal, right? And Joseph, your prediction is a 4-3 final for the Flames. Yeah, unfortunately, that's yeah, terrible. And Camden, welcome in. Tim, Edmonton was quite clear that they will wait as long as possible to finish the season. Absolutely, that seems to be the plan. And Jay Bevs, what? No suit today? Well, because there's no game, no actual game, I'm not wearing a suit. I didn't wear a suit on January 11th either. That's the crazy part. I was at the hockey game. I was wearing that Bakersfield Condors jersey at the Saddle Dome, so wear my hoodie, stay warm this evening, and we'll rock it where we'll roll it, and then we'll be good. And Camden, yes, things are suspended right now, but we're just watching a replay. That's the end of the day. We're just watching a replay from the other month, January 11th, against the Calgary Flames. You know what? We'll just watch probably up to Zach Kassian and Matthew Tkachuk going at it. Then we'll probably head out. I'm not sure. It's Saturday night. Don't know what I feel like doing quite yet. Just figured at least give you guys some kind of live content, right? Because that's the end of the day. It's going to be tough. Casual Saturday at Dolynny TV. Yeah, that's usually every day around here except for Saturday. But we'll take a casual Saturday once in a while, right? Gino, is Ethan Bear good? What do you mean by good? Do you mean a good player? He's decent enough for a rookie. If you're talking about good as a NHLer, not quite yet, but that's part of the learning process, right? 100%, 100%. Now Connor McDavid on my TV set, he's looking good. He's looking sharp. That beard, he still had quite a bit of it going on there, about the same as me. Now we're watching this one here. James Harden making a guy dance around, so they're equating some dancing moves to Connor McDavid's move against Morgan Riley. Is that kind of what we're watching here? Or I'm a little bit lost what Sportsnet's doing. Oh, they're going to, yeah, this is it. That's the move against Morgan Riley, and that's what they're equating. The no-look, head fake, Connor McDavid shoot scores against Michael Hutchinson. Move, ooh, baby. See, the thing is, I'm going to be very confused by a lot of this telecast because I have never watched this telecast. This is like the long-lost broadcast of the Dolynny TV season, because I wasn't home for this one. I was at the game enjoying it. About a group of 18 of us went if you ended up watching the game preview all the way through. Jordan, welcome in. Hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. Metal, welcome in as well. Hashir, welcome in as well. Why what? Why what? Why are we watching the rebroadcast? Because, like I said, I just need to bring on some content. I thought, why not give you guys a chance to interact in live time, kill a little bit of your Saturday evening, kill a little bit of my Saturday evening, because right around now, 7:24 on a Saturday night, we would be watching, Hockey Night in Canada, waiting for the Oilers game to start, right? So it just is what it is this evening. Unfortunately, as the world unfolds the way it is and going to unfold for the next little while, Adam Larson picking this puck up here. He's going to fire the puck up, and Nugent Hopkins. So we get to watch this Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, and Kyler Yamamoto line out there to work. And I needed a sports fix. Yeah, I needed a sports fix too. So to be able to watch a hockey game I've never watched before, that's a pretty cool thing on a March 14th date when, guess what? Sports are canceled, suspended, whatever you want to use. Nice little play there in the slot by Adam Larson to turn this one back. When does it start? When does what start, Verexel? The game is on right now on Sportsnet West. If you're watching, I'm actually watching on Sportsnet Ontario. And I wish they would play a game that the Oilers win. No doubt. This one, the only memorable thing about this game realistically is, of course, the best parts. The Matthew Tkachuk, Zach Kassian thing, and of course what we've seen in the Connor McDavid goal already, Zach Kassian getting in on Cam Talbot, getting the freeze on. And Euphoria, wish they would play the game. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I've already given you the memorable moments. If you've tuned out, that's it. And Loyalty, how's the great toilet paper shortage of 2020 down south? Well, it's just as ridiculous down here. I've seen a lot of posts on the community forum about how things are looking in grocery stores around the area. Honestly, just is what it is, right? Is a lot of skepticism out there. Skepticism on if we're getting the right information. A lot of skepticism if things are going to get worse or better, and nobody really knows, right? Realistically, we're still in the phase of everything getting worse day by day. So at some point it's going to get better, and then everything will start turning around. But right now, I think people just want to be a little bit over prepared, and by that, they're being a little bit crazy, quite honestly. But end of the day, we call them crazy now. 3 weeks from now, when I have no toilet paper and they do, well, I'm gonna be looking at myself a little sideways now, won't I? As James Neal across the line, Zach Kassian, that was almost a good backdoor tap for Zach Kassian, but couldn't get it going. Ethan Bear, that big shot. Cam Talbot made some stellar saves in this game too. Just making those steady Eddie saves that, you know what, Cam Talbot didn't make for the Edmonton Oilers last season, so good to see. And you're downloading Call of Duty right now? Well, glad I can help you kill time. That's essentially all this stream is. Realistically, if you're asking for reaction to the game, there's going to be probably minimal of that, considering the fact that I'd much rather give you a little bit of discussion, figure out how your day is going kind of deal, and discuss things of relevance tonight for sure. Joseph, you're hoping Nate pushes all classes online. Yeah, well, Nate's doing some weird things. They've been updating things on their social media, saying everything's staying open pretty much in light of everything that's gone on. So interesting to see their strategy. Now, I don't want to tip my hat, but I don't know. I would not want to be in that job posting those updates, let me tell you that much. Tough go. Tough go. And Tim, U of A is going all online on Tuesday. Wow. That's actually probably a really smart move for the U of A, considering their size. I mean, class sizes at the U of A compared to the class sizes at the Nate is a little bit different. And Cold Lake Ford is offering a free roll of toilet paper if you buy a new vehicle. Yes, that they are, aren't they? Saw that on Facebook the other day. Had a good little chuckle. Anything for $1, eh? Like I said to my boss on Wednesday, I think it was, I said, hey, if we're going to go down, let's go down making money. And I mean, from a business standpoint, that's exactly what you want to do. From a personal standpoint, probably not what you want to do, right? Person relations. But at the end of the day, right, is we have to shutter the doors for a while. You want to at least have some reserves in the old tank to be able to get through that. I'd like to get paid to be sitting at home, right? I don't want to have to sit there and get into the backlogged EI system, because what happens if the EI workers all get coronavirus? Then what happens? How do I get my EI, right? There are serious questions. I know there's contingency plans and stuff for that, but I'd prefer to know I'm taken care of rather than have to rely on the system. And I know it's a scary time all around, but we'll keep figuring it out day by day. And right now, like I said, it's just nice to sit here and chat with you guys and be able to watch a hockey game at the same time. That's the end of the day a really cool thing to be able to do on a Saturday night that well, after we got the worst news of our hockey season that our hockey season was suspended. So, what do, right? And Metal, I think this one back at the point that you would definitely have been saying go Flames, go, and go Oilers, go. James the Flames row, welcome in. It was definitely an interesting game at this time. And I suggest if you live in Alberta, you go here and watch this video and it may answer some questions. And now no more virus talk. Alright, Tim. I'll try my best. Try my best. It's only on Prime Video. You can watch Hunters on Prime Video. That one looks like a pretty psychological thriller from everything I'm seeing there. Anyone need sports coats? Anyone need sports coats, dress and casual shirts? Anyone need any of those? Moore's has a sale on right now to the 15th, so you got until probably about 4 o'clock tomorrow to get your sale done. Oh, I didn't grab any water. That's the only thing. I didn't grab any water, so maybe I should grab some water and get things going. But, you know, this one's zipping along a lot faster than the regular season. Alright, and... all I can. Well, that's the thing. We'll try to keep it tame. At least we won't try to alarm the world. That's what we'll say, Tim. We'll just keep it going. Only took hockey canceled. I don't know. If took hockey, that's a knock on us because Canada steps up a lot. That's the best. That's the best part about Canada. How much we step up as a nation around the world all the time. And I know it's tough, right? We won't always be stepping up, but sometimes you got to look inwards. And right now, kind of stuck in the middle. Has more sale, yes, more sale. Suit jackets and stuff. I think they're cutting bits out. I think they may be because this clock's zipping a lot faster than normal. Is that why that Leafs game, that Jets game finished? I thought this would be at 8 o'clock. I thought they were going to play the whole broadcast. I don't know what's going on. Guys, again, just tune into Sportsnet. You can watch the hockey game from January 11th right now. Not saying that you have to keep me on. I just want to get live and just have some interaction because, let me tell you, interesting go here the past couple of days. A little bit of under the weather feeling, so went home from work early yesterday, came and napped out for a couple hours, slept a couple of good 10 hours overnight, and then pretty much lazed around the house. Haven't left home all day today, pretty much staying at home all weekend and hoping not to catch anything. Alright, Quantum. I don't need that starting anything. Alright, not starting anything here. Since 2016 versus the Flames, the Oilers are 2-5-0 and things getting a little bit chippy. They should have kept the season going with the empty arena idea. Jason, the problem they didn't do that. I think the issue why they didn't do that is simply put, it's business, right? And it's not profitable to run that way, right? And at the end of the day, if you're paying the NHL players to play in that game, you have to make some money somehow. And again, after the NBA situation, that it hits too close to home, and then all of a sudden you got way too many concerns. And if, say, if there's liability issues, it just end of the day to decrease liability. That's why the Oilers and the NHL had to suspend their season. So it's tough, but what do you do, right? And Oilers fan, what's happening? Well, what's happening is you need to tune into Sportsnet tonight to rewatch January 11th game against the Calgary Flames, as Mark Giordano just took a run from Zach Kassian. Good shot. And how would everyone like me if... Oh, there we go. We'd have a kids stream here with X-Snipes game in one of these days. We'll find out. Maybe sometime in July when the playoffs are going on, eh? Hopefully. And SmackDown was so weird last night with no fans, and it's not looking good for WrestleMania. No Oilers, no Jays, no wrestling. I think I just cracked inside. Greg, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. It is a tough go. No Jays. That is a real bummer. I mean, the one thing I love me about March, April is getting to watch the Jays for the first few weeks, see if they're going to be in it or out of it. And oh, Zach Kassian taking a big run there. I don't think that got any headlines. Zach Kassian just tried to murder Matthew Tkachuk. That's a good run. So they were going at it all game, right? That's something we may have all missed. But, quite honestly, I'm just waiting to watch Matthew Tkachuk get the wheels beat off him by Kassian. That's all I'm waiting for, honestly, in this one. Is that one. Again, the Oilers were sloppy in this one. Watching a couple of the replays and just watching this puck bounce around in their own zone, I'm just thinking, how was this game not worse, quite honestly? The Flames didn't come to play, quite honestly, until they got that played a little bit of power play life in the third period to start and then got the lead and shut things down. But this was actually quite a physical game. There was 29 hits for the Flames, 20 for the Oilers. And you just see there are just a ton of instances where the Oilers were just sloppy in this one. So it's really tough that they choose to get this one going. That's the tough part, right? Is you watch a game that you know you're going to lose, and for me, being there and having watched it from as high above as I did, and you just seeing things not pan out the way they should, it just hurts to rewatch this and know what's coming, right? This one, yep, that's a goal. That's a goal. The Calgary Flames tie it 2-2, and that's the problem. You take your eyes off the screen for a second. Dave Tippett about as impressed as normal, looking at the screen and saying, yeah, no, that's it. And yeah, you know what? Roll. That's exactly the best part about getting the playoffs in June, July starting up. Simply put, hitting up the spot to watch the game in your shorts and getting it going. Look at this. They dance through 5 Oilers and the shot just goes right on in by Johnny Gaudreau. Just an absolute weak defense. 5 Oilers had a chance to take them and nobody got it going. And I think honestly, if the NHL was to run playoffs till July, we would not be starting in October. We'd probably be starting about first week of November and running a shortened season, probably about 65 games or so. That'd be my guess on it. I'm not 100% sure if I'd be certain on that, but that's kind of the thing is what's going to happen this year is going to definitely dictate what happens next year. And the crazy part for that is dictating what happens for the Seattle expansion draft. I mean, I should be doing a video on that sometime soon, but realistically, until we have any certainty of what's going on for the Oilers and for the NHL right now, it's tough to say what I can in an NHL expansion draft video at this point, right? 10.6 seconds to go, 2-2 game, 12-11 the shots on net for the Flames. Ladies and gentlemen, good discussion so far. This one cooking along, 36 minutes to get through the first period. That's not bad at all. That's going to be drawn back to Oscar Klefbom. He's going to fire this one down in a few seconds here. Hold on to it, and that will do it for this first period. And that's exactly. Tim, I think you've got my sentiment echoed completely accurately. You miss hockey. I do too. But you'd rather have it canceled now. I would too. Rather than having it canceled in the middle playoffs, right? Imagine if we would have gotten through to the first round of the playoffs. Oilers were up 3-1 on the Flames in the first round, and hockey's canceled. Right? Much better to have hockey canceled now than to be so close to taking down the Flames and then not being able to take them down because the playoffs got canceled. So, we just continue. We're on to commercial break. We're going to run into the second period, and then we'll be rolling into this fine and dandy second period will be good. So, UV, welcome in. By the way, missed that. I just got to see what's going on here. Facebook post from my buddy. Hello out there. We're off the air. No hockey tonight. Or no hockey night tonight. Gates are closed. Tension grows. No pucks go down the ice. I have no tune, rhythm, anything. The players wait to hear their fate. This corona is a pain. As it stands, wash your hands to resume the hockey game. Oh, there you go. Have a little bit of fun with that. Somebody's got to clip that. That was atrocious. That is got to be the all-time worst thing I've ever done on live stream. Anyway, happy pause season. Absolutely, happy pause season, Scrum. That's the funny part. That's the funny part is you know what? We're getting a lot of good humored posts on social media, and I think that is the biggest thing is to keep a sense of humor. Because you know what? The world may seem bleak out there, but it could be a lot bleaker, that is for sure. And, Tim, this is, again, to the humor side of things. He discovered he had a wife today. She seems nice. Sports, right? There were no sports on, so I Went into went into the other room and discovered I had a wife. Well, a guy like me could dream that, but fortunately not. If they hand out Lord Stanley, whoever wins would be in the history books for this odd season. Oilers will win, by the way, Walrow. Well, that would be nice if we could. That'd be solid. You know what? You know how many people would be like, this Oilers season doesn't count because it was all weird, so the Oilers don't deserve the cup. Meanwhile, we won the cup. Hey, I'd take a cup. I think as long as we get a Stanley Cup parade, I am fine. I am dandy with it. All right. We're just going to get loaded with commercials here. That's what Sportsnet loves to do. And I guess instead of running an actual intermission show, they're going to run just a solid commercial break. Okay. All right. Makes sense. If we want to watch hockey, we're going to have to pay for it. That's for sure. Talked about feelings and stuff. I would imagine you would. All gold. All gold. You get up to $50 off brake pads or shoes. Lifetime guarantee. Alright, Midas. Guys, there are a lot of deals out there. And good evening, Robert. Good evening to you yourself. Well, I think everybody's doing alright. Nobody's had any complaints in the stream as of yet. After hours, we've got coming up Chris Snow. I believe that is Chris Snow on After Hours. Of course, Snowy, the man fighting ALS for the Calgary Flames. So that'll be the After Hours on this game. But unfortunately, we won't get a watch After Hours because this isn't an actual live broadcast, alright? Now, that was a pretty emotional game at the Saddle Dome that night with all this Chris Snow stuff, but it is what it is, and now the season is haunted, let's do. Alright, down the ice. Cam Talbot, we're starting the second period now. This one moving along quick. Darnell Nurse going to flip that one into the open corner to Mr. Zach Kassian, James Neal. One thing James Neal doesn't get enough credit for is being very strong on his skates. I think that's one thing that the Oilers really needed in a winger, right? Milan Lucic was strong, but he couldn't do anything being strong on his skates. Whereas James Neal is a little bit more agile, a little bit more playmaking ability than Milan Lucic had. That is a benefit for the Oilers 100% of the time. Now up to 31 points on the season for James Neal. 19 goals, 12 assists. If we ever get to resume the regular season, he may get 20. But the fun part is, well, we don't owe Calgary that third round pick as it sits right now. Woo! Woo! Cooking it up. Ken Holland knew what was happening all along. Mikko Koskinen there, very lazy, very sloppy with the puck. And now Draisaitl's going to get on the attack. 2-on-1 with Nugent Hopkins. He actually chooses to shoot that puck. It's a glove save by Talbot. And 19 minutes remain in this second period. Just, again, the problem with this game, very sketchy puck play by the Oilers. Turning it over to Johnny Gaudreau behind the net. Mikko Koskinen after stick handling it 5 ways to Sunday. And now you've got coming back the other way. Draisaitl trying to sneak that one far side. And look at that glove save and a beauty by Cam Talbot to prevent a goal. 4 goals, 18 points, last 20 games played. Then all of a sudden you have Draisaitl go down tripped by the ref. For Draisaitl against the Flames. That was an interesting goal as well. 18:45 remains in this second period. If you're watching and you're like, how do I watch this game? What are you talking about? How do I watch this? You go watch. Oh, man. Okay, I did not remember that Nuge goal like that. So Nuge just got, wow. Just got the flukiest goal on Cam Talbot. It's a Cam Talbot goal all the way, but yeah, the Oilers get the 3-2 lead right there. And I do not remember that one. Watch this. Just a great play. It's going to be shot up the ice, and then this one. Good haunt by Kyler Yamamoto, Johnny Gaudreau. Puck takes 3 deflections, and then it finds back of the net on Cam Talbot. And yeah, Johnny Gaudreau, absolutely brutal. Stick checked. Deflected off Johnny Gaudreau's skate and 5-hole on Cam Talbot. You could not get much more lucky if you tried. If you were Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, that's for sure. And Tim, all NHL players get to get paid. Those payments, which are scheduled for March 13th, 30th, and April 15th, were not guaranteed when the season was officially put on hold this week. Well, now we know, right? Now it's up to the NHL clubs and their players to make sure their rink staffs get paid. The Oilers kind of doing the what I would have thought would have been the more American style way of doing it in which you top up the EI employment insurance premiums or payments to regular working wage. It's interesting. Interesting. Will receive payment for the missing portion of their income. Yeah, exactly. That's the interesting part, right? I would call that more the American style way of doing it, whereas what a lot of other teams are doing by stepping up and just full out paying them is what the way it should be done. Calgary not doing anything. That's, hey, those yahoos down in Calgary. You want to hold things over their heads, hold over how they treat people. Jeesh, brutal, right? What are you gonna do? Now that might also indicate that Calgary's really suffering this year in terms of income. That's another thought I had, right? Is if teams are hurting for revenue, this would be one move they would make to not have to suffer through. Again, terrible way to treat your employees, but business at the end of the day does have to protect itself, especially considering you were already paying your players the rest of their salaries. But what do you do, right? Is if you're already hurting, you're probably going to cut back, and that's an easy way to cut back. And I mean, simply put, right? 17-14 to go in this second period. They are cruising along in this hockey game, that is for sure. Oilers not doing much negotiable here, as I think we're going to get the second line over the boards. Ethan Bear is going to play this puck up, and that's actually one of the rare few good passes Ethan Bear had this game. Sam Gagner still in the lineup for the Oilers in this game, by the way. That's something else for note with you. This one's going to be played, and Ethan Bear is going to move this one. No, Darnell Nurse is going to take his time. Remember, Darnell Nurse, sans contract extension at this point as well. So a lot has happened since January 11th, quite honestly. And, you know, the Oilers lead this game 13-12 in the shot department, lead it 3-2 as well. After 46 games last season, the Flames had 62 points after 53 points in 46 games this season. So the Flames were at the 46-point mark. They were at 47 with 55 points by the end of this, all said, all in, all done. So they really, in 2 months, didn't gain a lot of points, realistically speaking, if they're just in the 80s now. And Calgary has a new arena coming. The city is giving them, what, $200 million or more. They can't pay their employees during this. Wonder how many will still be employees after this. Well, that's the interesting part, right, Robert? Is, like I said, no way to treat your employees, but again, if you're already hurting, it's interesting. That is true. The Flames are kind of a consortium of owners as well. If you ever listen to CBC radio, you should hear CBC trying to track down how many owners the Flames have. It's kind of actually quite funny. They have several owners they've talked to in my time being down here, and keep it straight. It's tough. It's tough. As Oscar Clefbaum, I'm going to work this one in. And big hit there, Matthew Tkachuk on Leon Draisaitl, except for Draisaitl just stood Tkachuk up trying to get that one going, and, well, sucks to suck, Chucky, is what it is. And we'll probably just stay tuned till the end of this second period here where Zach Kassian will light up Matthew Tkachuk, and then we'll head on our merry ways onto our Saturday evening, where I hope y'all have some great family time planned or some great school time planned doing some assignments or something, and we'll enjoy a night. That's a big blast. I don't know how Nugent Hopkins gets dumped there, but that's the way it goes. Is here we go. That one directed and big shot. No shot from Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Couldn't get it on net after being double tied up with the sticks. Back the other way. Backlund gets taken down, and that's the thing. There was a lot of big hits throwing. That guys just stood the guy throwing the hit up. Like Caleb Jones just came crashing in on Backlund, and Backlund just stood there like nothing hit him. 15 minutes to go now, all of a sudden, this game cruising along. Like, do they have this game in fast motion or what? Quite honestly, I think they do, because this one is moving a lot faster than I remember it in real life. Let's just say that. And yes, the Oilers have had some interesting ownership scenarios over the past history of the franchise, that is for sure. 14:27 to go. Now my thumb hurts. Lucic there. It's going to be played there to Caleb Jones. Now, Darnell Nurse getting it going. Oh, X-Snipe's getting some home runs going on his MLB The Show stuff. And you know what? Quite honestly, with everything that's gone on in the world in the past week, there is a part of me, having been a former MLB The Show YouTuber, that wishes I was still an MLB The Show YouTuber, guys. Like, the views I could be pulling off of that, that'd be nuts. But you guys are bread and butter now. So that's the thing. I'll be sticking with the Oilers as long as possible at this point. And I should still have discussion every day. Like if I have to start reviewing players from past years, reviewing players from years over, it'll be interesting, right? Sometimes there's so many sticks you think a guy has to go through a horizontal picket fence in front. If there's 3 sticks against 1, yeah, it seems that way, that's for sure. Because that's one thing Calgary did in this game, is just shut down the Oilers' sticks quite effectively, right? You think about that Nugent Hopkins' 3rd goal of the game. That was just one that squeaked through because of a deflection, but it was a tied up stick as well, so interesting to go. 13:16 to go in this second period, still without a commercial break. So we're just motoring along. This one to the slot. Nygaard, again, stick tied up, right? That seems to be the story of this game. I don't remember much about the sticks tied up. I just remember the Looney game. Passing around the Loonies. And getting things going, right? I don't know if you've ever played the Cup game at an arena while you're with a big group of friends. We had about, I don't know, 18 of us, and we had about 10 of us contributing a Looney each to the Cup, and then you pass the Cup every stoppage, and every time there's a goal or the end of the period, whoever has the Cup wins the Cup money. A couple of people came out pretty good on the end, got a couple extra beverages that night, that's for sure. And Jason, you'll never forgive Pocklington trading the Great One. Well, I wasn't around for that, so that is rough. Yeah, that's... I know enough to say enough that I shouldn't mention that. And end of season reviews, 2007, 2019 draft reviews by year. Lots of content discussed. Absolutely. Actually, what I want to do, one thing that I thought about after doing that video on kind of what I need to discuss is I want to take a look at the Oilers draft history year by year, right? Each year, do a video and kind of break down what each player evolved into, break down their career and kind of break everything down. I think that'll be really good searchable content for a lot of years to come, hopefully. And that's kind of what I want to achieve in this pause season, is content that isn't just going to get views now, just not going to do good now, but stuff that'll do really good throughout the rest of the year and the rest of the history of me being on YouTube, right? That's something I want. I want it to be cornerstone content kind of deal, right? And Robert, analysis of Bakersfield Oil Kings. Give us info about what's coming in the future. Tons to look at. Well, again, I think that starts with taking a look down the pipeline. But the thing with Bakersfield is I have not paid much attention to them because our season got going really hard. As soon as the playoff chase got going, I kind of lost track of what was going on in Bakersfield. I got updates, but their season kind of fell off the train tracks per se, so hard to keep up with that, especially when I'm trying to keep up with the Oilers in a playoff race. But maybe we'll have to take a look at what Bakersfield is doing. But again, I don't know. It's going to be the tough part because end of the day is I have already seen and I can see in my analytics that the search traffic for Edmonton Oilers, search traffic for the Edmonton Oilers is way down in the past 3 days. So that's the other tough part. And it's not saying you guys aren't watching the videos, because you guys are watching the videos. I know that. Because my balance on YouTube is about 60% unsubscribed watched and 40% subscribed watch. Well, right now it's hovering at 51:49, so we know there's a very big gap in what's going on in the search world of Edmonton Oilers coverage, right? And I plan on doing YouTube as long as humanly possible. I didn't take broadcasting for nothing, guys. That's the other key. I have to make that broadcasting diploma worth something, right? And it's an interesting topic. We drafted very poorly for a long time. Interesting to see what we missed out on. That's the other side. I should probably do like what was taken ahead of us and what was taken after us. Actually, just take what was taken after us, the pick after us, and kind of see how badly we missed on the next guy kind of deal. As 10:01 to go in this period. What is Western Conference team that needs to win the Stanley Cup, Tim? I'm going to tell you. It's simply put, the Oilers. The Oilers need to win a cup. Connor McDavid needs a cup bad. And hopefully we get it this year. But the problem is we have to resume the season to get that going. So we'll find out if that'll happen. 9:41 to go. So we have about 7 minutes to go before Mr. Matthew Tkachuk gets the wheels beat off. And then we're good to go, as we'll be seeing what's going on. As right now, ladies and gentlemen, 7 of you hanging out live with me. All right, that's not bad. You know what? I did not know what to expect on this stream so far tonight, so appreciate you just spending your evening with me. I mean, I know I'm used to streaming for about 55 people per game, but the fact that we're streaming for anybody tonight is absolutely fantastic. So a little bit more musings, a little bit more personal info kind of coming out of this stream for sure, because end of the day, you've already watched this game. I've watched this game in person, so what is there really to say? If you're watching it, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope everything's going good, and we'll keep this going. Just want to see Nuge raise the cup, Damer. That's the other key point, right? Nuge definitely needs a cup too. We deserve to get Nuge a cup. And Troy, welcome in. You actually found the stream. I was going to just text you. I'm like, well, I'm live now. And what is up with me, Jordan? I'm just enjoying my Saturday evening, watching a little bit of hockey. I'm literally just doing this stream until we all get to watch Matthew Tkachuk get beat up by Zach Kassian, and then that's it. I'll let you enjoy your Saturday night, and we'll have a good time, because I want you to at least have some kind of reaction to what that was, because my reaction at the game, that was a pretty good time. I think Troy can tell you the reaction at the crowd was pretty hilarious. It sounds like China is getting back to normal. I still have hope the playoffs will happen. I'm hoping the playoffs will happen, that's for sure. And I'm hoping I can sit back, relax, and enjoy a little bit of an evening here on Saturday as well, and get back to work on Monday. That would be nice. I had to leave work early, 2 hours early on Friday, so I'd like to get back to work on Monday and get things going, but I guess we'll find out what goes on Monday as the world continues to evolve hour by hour. In fact, Will, welcome in. Everybody came in at once there. Yeah, as soon as I said 7, like just a crowd of people came rushing in. And for that, I appreciate that, guys. This is the best part about being live on YouTube. So I'm just checking a couple other things here, as nothing seems to be changing too much. And a couple of people now downloading Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now let's get back to this hockey game. I was just hanging out at home, dreaming of the Avalanche raising the cup in July. Well, hey, you know what? If the Avalanche are the team to take out the Oilers in the 3rd round of the playoffs, I'm not going to mind. Troy, you know my plans, right? Canucks, Flames, Avalanche, Leafs, Oilers win the cup. That's my 4 teams we have to go through to win the cup. That's mightily dreaming, big time dreaming. Well, what's the worst that could happen, right? I think the Oilers could definitely win a Stanley Cup going that way. I mean, the Avalanche would be a tough test, but would be an exciting time, because either way, I get to see Kyle McCarr in the Cup final, or I get to see Connor McDavid and co. in the Cup final. And if Nuge wins the Cup, my goodness, I think I'll cry. So it wouldn't be bad. It's now all of a sudden a couple more hits being thrown here, and again, the Flames still doing that tying up the stick type thing that they're doing really well all game long so far. 8:50 to go in the 2nd period. If you're wondering how synced I am, that's kind of for you. But we're just about a little over 6 minutes away from Zach Kassian roughing around Mr. Matthew Tkachuk, and that's all we're here for tonight, right? Obviously, they tell you they're replaying the January 11th game. What are you looking to watch? Are you looking to watch the Oilers lose 4-3? Well, that's the tying goal right there. And again, sloppy play in front of the net by Bear, and that one goes in the net. Get to us, not impressed. Nobody's impressed with that goal, because that was an awful, awful goal against for the Oilers. Oilers all the way. They'll bring back the cup to Canada. Well, I think we will be the first team to win the cup for Canada in a while, but I don't know if it'll be this year. I don't want to start saying, like I said, hopefully win the cup, but this is Ethan Bear's just got to do something better with that puck. And then again, like, oh my goodness, that was a tough night for Ethan Bear. And John, welcome in, my man. Are you watching this game? You rewatching January 11th? Are you ready for this? Are you ready to watch Matthew Tkachuk get turtled? I'm getting ready. The Flames just scored the 3-3 goal, so we're getting close. That's all I got to tell you. And Ro, you dream of Connor lifting the cup and then handing it off to good old Nuge. Just picture it now, eh? Nuge just losing his mind, still looking like he's 20 years old. Oh my goodness, can't believe it. Yeah, absolutely. And China's closed a few temporary hospitals as they don't have as much cases of the virus. So yeah, they're getting somewhat better. Well, that's hopefully the whole world's going to get a lot better here soon. And rewatching games is better than no games at all. That's what I'm saying. I feel sorry that you have to watch this kind of content on Dolynny TV, but I figured give you some kind of live stream tonight and at least give you something to enjoy. And hopefully hopefully brighten up your Saturday night without a little bit of hockey action for sure. And Robert, you want to rewatch the February 1st Battle of Alberta? That one just brings a huge smile. I can't believe they're not replaying that. You get one chance to replay a good Battle of Alberta on a Saturday night right after the hockey season gets suspended, and you choose January 11th. I'm sorry. Love it all to death. We don't need to rehash the Matthew Tkachuk, Zach Kassian thing. We need to rewatch Mr. Cam Talbot and Mike Smith fight each other. That's what we need to really rewatch and rewatch all the time. Like, just throw that game on every single night of the week, and I think we'll be good. We'll be dandy as Oilers fans. I don't think we could ask for much more. So let's get this going, guys. I don't want too much speculation on the stream about how good or bad the world is, because end of the day, it continues to evolve by the hour, and well, we'll find out once the coast is clear. When the coast is clear. As again, they send us a commercial, BDC, financing, advising, and smarts. Oh yeah, they got you. Now what do we got going on here? A couple of people partying away. Oi. And yep, good old advertisement to do the right thing. Don't drive while under the influence, ladies and gentlemen. I don't ever really give that reminder. Just don't do that. Plus the whole 8-3 score. Oh, come on. Plus the whole 8-3 score. Oh, I don't know. That was minor. Winning 8-3, that was minor. I would have won 5-3 even and would have been just as happy. But spanking the Flames that way was not bad. I can honestly tell you that. Spanking them that way was pretty good. Here we go. Ethan Bear going to get under pressure, and then I don't know how Derek Ryan forces you into that much of a mistake. I'm sorry, you can blame Gaetan Haas for not being ready for that pass. Again, similar to what I said in the points rewind, is Gaetan Haas, that is an instance in which being the wrong-handedness cost him right there. Goals against this season, 328 at home for Mikko Koskinen as of January 11th, 239 on the road. So Koskinen, an absolute dominant road goalie, whereas last year I think he was cooking at home, quite honestly. And now the Oilers going to get this one going. Nuge's line out there, they were actually pretty much the really nice line this fine Saturday night, January 11th, against the Flames. And how do I think the NHL handles the playoffs if it happens? I'm honestly not sure. I have to do a little bit of research. I have to put a theory together and do a video on that, don't I? I think that's what you guys are waiting for, and I think that'll be tomorrow's video. A little bit tough getting up with videos. Come on, the Haas penalty shot after the Tkachuk issue right at the end. That was going well, yes. Yes. Oh yeah. A Haas penalty shot, that was decent. And you do wish he would have flipped his stick, because that would have been a solid goal celebration. And as he said, bench is clearing, absolutely. The break is somewhat good as we can rest up, but at the same time all the other teams are getting rested, so it'll be interesting to see how teams are once we begin again. Well, that's the key. How many practice days do we get before things get back underway? That's the interesting part about it. Do you give them 5 days? Do you give them 7 days? Do you give them 3 days? Like, what is the magic number for practice days before you get back into NHL game shape, right? That's another tough test. I mean, Joakim Nygard will be back, so we're going to have to make some roster moves as well. And how do roster moves work if you're right back into the playoffs and Bakersfield's in the playoffs? I don't get that, right? There's going to be a lot to be figured out here right away in the NHL. Hopefully right away in the NHL. That's kind of what we're hoping on here, is that they'll figure these things out right away as opposed to any time down the stretch. That's for sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to this whole Zach Kassian, Matthew Tkachuk thing going. And yes, I keep completely forgetting about Mike Green, but Mike Green should be back too. And Troy, heard that the league is considering a 24-team playoff format with the top 4 teams from each conference getting a bye. Actually, I think that would make things super interesting. It would. Having everybody kind of play into a system, that'd be nifty. Now, the asterisks on the Stanley Cup would be quite heavy on that one, but again, what do, right? Do you take the top 16 teams on points percentage, win percentage? Do you kind of let it be a more open field, eliminate the bottom tier teams that just aren't going to have anything? I don't know. What do you do? Right? A couple of good questions there. And that's exactly, gives those teams still fighting the actual chance, because in the East, it's interesting. In the West, it's very interesting, and there's very few teams that are super, super, super out of it. So, given the league's top 24 teams out of 31, oof, what a save by Talbot. That was an absolute nuts blocker save, by the way. And yeah, having teams that are fully healthy will be pretty unusual for playoffs. That's the other side too. And how many guys will get injured because they haven't been practicing, haven't been staying in shape, will be a completely other question as well. That's for sure. So it all remains to be seen. That's kind of the nice thing here, as that was a beauty of a blocker save by Cam Talbot, just enough to deny the chance, sprawling out, getting across the crease, and making the save. So we're minutes away. That's why they're going to commercial break from Mr. Matthew Tkachuk beaten up. Or getting beat up by Zach Kassian. Alright. Here we go. As joys of cat allergies. That's right. You guys saw the cats. I think you saw. I think the cats were in here in the early part of the stream. I think Zap, I was petting her. There's no way guys aren't going to be in shape. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a couple of guys that'll indulge in the family time a little bit too long. That's kind of the only concern. But I hope they do. Realistically, you get a break like this, I hope you get this going and get indulging in family time. That's for sure. And Robert, your hoodie is supposed to arrive Monday. Perfect. You let me know. You let me know, because that is going to be exciting for me to know, as we'll find out how it looks and everything like that. Waiting on it, waiting on the mint. Look at this. IG Wealth Management. Plan for the future. Dun dun dun. Don't go to the grocery store and buy 500 rolls of toilet paper. That's not planning for the future. Planning for the future is making sure you have enough money to survive should time need money to survive kind of deal. And that's what Well Simple was talking about. Plan for your retirement. This one, big save. Oh, that's actually a goal for Elias Lindholm. They're talking about the dad's trip from the other day. Oh man, those jerseys, those Flames jerseys, the Winter Class or the Heritage Classic jerseys, those were nice. Those were nice jerseys, that's for sure. Look at how they used to play hockey in the 90s. Crazy. Is that Lindholm's dad? Lindholm's dad played on a line with Wayne Gretzky? Okay. That's, I didn't know that. Talk about a little bit of a connection to the great one, eh? Would love to see if AA gets some reps in with McDavid when they are allowed to practice. Hopefully, that would be... I think everybody should practice with everybody and just try to find a spark in the lineup. I mean, keep the second line together, but find a spark wherever you can. Vincent, welcome in. How are you doing this evening? I'm hoping you're excited for the finish to this stream, because this stream finishes not in the third period when the Flames win it. This stream finishes in a few minutes' time when Mr. Zach Kassian takes the run of Matthew Tkachuk, and Matthew Tkachuk gets the wheels beat off him, and yeah, you know what, it all sounds so good, doesn't it? As it's actually going to be weird, it's going to be on this side, so I was on the other side of the ice, so that's going to be interesting. I'm going to watch it from the reverse angle, and that's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to this. And is game on free anywhere? Yes, Vincent, the game is on free on Sportsnet TV, like the TV station Sportsnet, the channel Sportsnet. It is on Sportsnet Ontario, Sportsnet West. It is all over Sportsnet this evening. They're trying to push some hockey content through for you on a Saturday night, not leave you hanging. It's a Saturday night Hockey Night in Canada game as well, so that's nice. And you've got 17-20 the shots in favor of the Calgary Flames. Chris Russell going to get this one going, and you just have to wait until Mr. Zach Kassian's on the ice here in a few minutes, and then all of a sudden, all heck breaks loose, and we get to watch a little bit of a scrap, one-way scrap, and then we're good to go. This one is going to be dumped into the ice, and back the other way comes Nugent Hopkins. Going to push this one forward. One's going to bounce around a couple of times, and Yamamoto all over it right there. Can't get that puck. 3:57 to go, and the moment comes closer. The moment draws near, ladies and gentlemen, to Zach Kassian and Matthew Tkachuk and the whole controversy that it sparked. You might want to tune into Sportsnet right now if you haven't done so already. Your preferred lines, Ennis, Connor, and Cass should be a line. Absolutely, that's not a bad line at all. And does anyone have a link to watch the game? Jibber jabber. It is a rebroadcast on Sportsnet, so unless somebody has a link to watch Sportsnet live, I couldn't tell you. I have my Sportsnet package. That's how I'm watching tonight. Leave New Leon Yamo. And of course, yeah, Sheehan, Archibald Nygaard. Then fourth line, Chiasson, Haas, and Neal. That's the interesting part, right? Could be seeing Athanasiou on the outside looking in. But I don't know what you do with that lineup as it's constructed, right? That leaves Kara and Athanasiou on the outside looking in. Patrick Russell down in the minors. Look at this shot here. Good shot and a big save from Mikko Koskinen to swallow that one up. 8:09 already this evening. And now, we're getting close. We're getting close. It's about to happen. The next shift for Matthew Tkachuk. It happens. 3:18 of the second period. This one's going to be played back. Shot fired up and out of play. And my friends, we're getting very close. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in. We've already had up to 20 people in here at once. Appreciate that. And somehow 25 likes on the stream. You guys are nuts. You guys are absolutely nuts. That is excellent. And Metal Clan, you're back. You're back just in time to tune in to the best part of this stream. I've been hyping it up all the way along, even though I got to this stream late. Rasmus Anderson going to fire that puck wide. Gaetan Oss over there. It's going to be played. And Gaetan Oss, I think, had a rough game based on that play from Ethan Bear, and just watching him get worked a little bit there. I mean, Haas was also finding his position before they took him out of the lineup for an extended period of time. Kara, and I know, but if we're talking playoffs, AA can ride the pine until next year. That's fair. That's completely fair. Gaetan Oss going to fire this puck. Ooh, Shillington gets turned around, and now they're going for a line change, and that can only mean one thing. You see Sam Gagner out there. I think that means Sam Gagner gets onto the ice, and we get going right here. Darnell Nurse going to fire this one up the boards. You're going to see Connor McDavid out there. He's going to fire himself up down the ice. He's going to trip up. Now this is where it gets exciting. Guys coming down the ice on this next shift. The Oilers turn this puck over. Connor McDavid skates this one, looking backdoor for James Neal. Left bomb, taps it back down from the point. David out there. And this is going to be Clef Bomb going down. James Neal firing around behind the net for Kassian. And there's the big hit. And here it is. Connor McDavid's the first one in on the attack. And then Zach Kassian goes absolutely mad. Throws Matthew Tkachuk. And oh my goodness, he feeds him about 10 shots. And about 4 once he's down on the ice. And it takes the ref all his power. All his power to haul Zach Kassian off of Tkachuk. And it takes 2 linesmen to separate them. And I do not remember it going that quick in real life. I remember it being very slow-mo compared to that. My goodness, Matthew Tkachuk gets it absolutely handed to him. Zach Kassian, yeah, not taking kindly to that one. Let's watch the replay. Matthew Tkachuk, oh yeah, I just greased a 2-minute power play for the... or 4-minute power play for the team. But yeah, everybody's excited. And yeah, Matthew Tkachuk, very excited. Yeah, I did the right thing. I did the right thing. Turtled. Look at this. He comes in and he's going straight up, and that's not head contact. It's shoulder contact on a guy bending again. But yeah, you got to step up for that one. And this pure target, pop the helmet a second time. That's tough. Tough. As Connor McDavid's the first one in, but Zach Kassian already without a helmet. He gets it going. And look at that. Oh yeah, Zach Kassian, that fan giving it to him. Interesting goal, that's for sure. There you go, guys. That's all I wanted to watch. I just wanted to watch up to this point. I just wanted to watch up to this point where Zach Kassian feeds Matthew Tkachuk several left-handed haymakers. I mean, he threw Matthew Tkachuk around like it was no tomorrow coming. There you guys go. All right, I'm going to let you go. Metal Clan, I'm on PS4, by the way. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's a little bit more lighthearted stream, hopefully, for you. I will catch you in the next video tomorrow. I hope you enjoy your Saturday evening. I just wanted to watch up to that point. That's all I was doing. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. I will catch you in the next one.